My name is Dr. Jordan Harris, LPC, LMFT. I help therapists to get unstuck with their hardest cases and to increase their retention. And I do this by teaching therapists four foundational skills. If your model's sort of the car, these four skills are the gas that makes your model run. And these four skills are client motivation, therapist persuasiveness, your ability to read body language, and helping you to help your clients to go more into their inner experience instead of staying on the surface or staying intellectual. And today we were looking at the skill of motivation in the work of Dr. Tori Olds as she works with a busy mom. This is actually not a real client. This is Tori working with her sister in a demo that Tori does for training purposes. So this is not, you know, there's no confidentiality or HIPAA issues here. But it's still a great video to look at motivation with. So let's dive in.
There's a safe place to land. Yeah, that just almost makes me want to cry again. Okay. Yeah, it's really, really important and deep, isn't it? It's like your body is learning, or your mind is learning something from the body up about rest and support. Yeah. 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 Right here. Yeah. God, this is sad that I didn't have the place to land before. No, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're jumping right into this video, and we're looking at this theme of motivation with this client. And technically, we don't know what level of motivation this client is at yet because we don't have a clear goal. We don't have a clear goal. We don't really know what she thinks is the problem. That being said, there are some things that I think are really important to look at. The first thing is that this client is very open with Tori. We don't see her sort of resisting or pushing away from Tori. Um, and that's important because even though we can't officially sort of put her like on this sort of graph of motivation, we can begin to make some educated sort of guesses. And that's important because those guesses inform our um, what we do. So the way I think about motivation is motivation has four main stages: a resistance phase, a sustained phase, an ambivalent phase, and an action phase. And these are really important because each stage basically has a different requirement. If the client is saying no in any phase, in any language, in any way, right? If the client is saying no, that's the client in that moment being in the resistance phase, right? They're resisting you or the direction that you're proposing in therapy. And if that's happening, then the only real goal you have is to attune with the client, right? You want to get out of the resistance. Next is sometimes clients are in the sustained phase of therapy. They're saying something is not really wrong, right? I think about this with the teenagers that I've worked with, right? You come in, I used to do in-home therapy. You go into a teen's house, sit down, they've been kicked out of school, and you say, "What's going on?" And they say nothing, or "I don't know." And you're like, "Oh my gosh," right? Um, if that happens, sometimes that's resistance, but especially at the beginning, it's just sustained. There's nothing that's really a problem for them, or so they say. And if that's true, oftentimes the goal then is to just figure out if they do have a goal, right? I remember once I had a husband coming to see me, and he said, "I'm here because my wife wants me to be here." He was clearly sustained, right? He's like, "I'm not opposed to being here, but yeah, I don't think I have anything to like work on, sustained phase of therapy." My question is, well, your wife is, I don't remember why his wife said he had to come in. It was, I don't know. Let's say he was doing drugs. So you're doing drugs. Okay. Like, is there anything you want to work on? Just asking that question. Sometimes clients give reasons for why they ought to change and reasons for why they don't want to change. And we call this the ambivalence phase of therapy. The client is giving you both, right? This is where most of my clients come in. I work in private practice, a remote practice, and most of my clients come in the ambivalent phase of therapy. Part of them wants to change and part of them doesn't. Part of them wants to stop drinking and part of them doesn't want to stop drinking. Part of them wants to stop being a perfectionist and part of them wants to keep being a perfectionist because it keeps them having high standards. Part of them doesn't want to be angry and part of because it sees how it's hurting their family and part of them thinks that they have every right to be angry because they don't want to be taken advantage of, right? So most clients in outpatient therapy are in the ambivalent phase. And if this is true for your clients, then the goal of therapy is to help them get clear on what they really want. Um, and then you have the action phase of therapy where clients are ready to sort of dive in and jump in and do whatever the big intervention is that your model has, right? The EMDR sets, the brain spotting brain spots, the empty chair, the enactments, the whatever it is. So with this client, she hasn't given us a clear goal, so we don't really know where she's going, but she's not resisting the therapist. She's not resisting the therapist. And so the client is basically, the situation with the client is basically saying, it's time for us to explore and try to get clear on what you want. And that is what Tori's doing this whole time. She's just sort of exploring with the client of what are you actually feeling and what's actually going on with you on the inside. And let's see what that means about what you need and what you want out of therapy and out of your life.
I love that your hand is there, just giving a little support to that sadness. A little grieving, huh?
Mm-hmm. But I feel like I feel like I can land now, like
Yeah.
with you.
Oh yeah, that's actually wonderful. See what it's like as you're feeling with me and landed actually for the sadness too.
Okay.
Like the sadness can come here.
See, and she just keeps exploring. She's basically saying we're somewhere here. We're in the sustained, ambivalent sort of phase, and we're just sort of exploring and clarifying what's going on for you. This is so important because I think so often we jump to conclusions, right? Oh, you're really depressed. So have you thought about taking medication? Oh, you need some skills for downregulation. Let's try meditation. Like with a client who's, she's feeling a lot of emotions and there is some distress. It's so easy to just want to jump in and like sort of get to the thing. And that's not the actual right step here. A better step is take the time, explore with the client, what's going on, where is she, what is she feeling on the inside. And as you do that, a goal will emerge. But you have to sort of give them space and time to really explore their inner world. So that's it for today. Um, this has been my analysis of motivation in the work of Dr. Tori Old as she works with this busy mom. If you want more of this sort of stuff, click the link below and sign up for my newsletter so I can send you these videos in your inbox when they come out. And hopefully help you as well increase your attention and work through issues with your stuck clients. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. All right.